filed a very urgent constitutional petition before the Environmental Land Court, the purpose of which is to ensure that we support the government in enforcing some of the cabinet resolutions that it made, particularly one that was made on the 11th day of November 2025. The cabinet resolved that, taking notice that we are living in very harsh economic times, that we have a number of individuals who have settled in land schemes, people who have taken loans against those titles, and their inability to service these loans because of the harsh economic times. So there was a resolution made by the cabinet that moving forward, those interests will be waived, the loans that had accrued will be subsidized. However, since the passing of that resolution, nothing has been done. And while the government believes in the bottom-up economic model, it still appears that despite a resolution meant to safeguard, to protect, and to cushion the common man, the man that is at the bottom of the economic ladder, there has not been any action taken thus far. Therefore, we have approached the Honorable Court in an attempt to force the government, through its departments, to enforce the resolution that was passed by the cabinet. So for that reason, we have moved the court and sought for the judicial review order of mandamus. Basically, the order of mandamus is one that is issued against public bodies, meant to compel them to do that which they are by law supposed to do. So we are hoping that the Honorable Court, the judges sitting in the Environmental Land Court, will be pleased to expedite the hearing and determination of this petition, so that we can help the government in protecting the law and the downtrodden in our community. The instances that we have seen in the recent past, where citizens are unable to pay loans, where citizens are unable to service the high and huge interest rates that are given against the properties. That, I think, was one thing that the cabinet was aimed at removing altogether. But because of the inaction of certain state departments, the common man remains exposed. He remains at the whims and mercies of the lenders, and that is why Sheria Mtaani and the leadership of our patron, Mr. Danstan Omari, we have taken up this responsibility to ensure that we protect the common man. I will pave the floor.
And it was a protectorate of Britain. When the colonialists came, they grabbed all the arable land across the country, what they called the White Islands. In 1962, at the Lancaster Conference, a discussion that Kenya is becoming independent was discussed, and arrangements were put that when Kenya becomes independent, the former White Islands, the former lands that were snatched from Kenyans, will be returned to Kenyans. But those Wazungus who took those lands must be compensated. Therefore, in 1963, when we attained independence, a trust fund that was funded by the foreigners, Kenya was given money to settle those people. If you walk all over Kenya, there are settlement schemes. You go to Lugari, that's a settlement scheme. You go to Nyansiongo, that's a settlement scheme. You go to all over the country. In total, those settlement schemes are more than 520 in the whole country. Those schemes, the Kenyans who were given those lands, they were given as a loan. They continuously paid. This was against the principle that was negotiated at Lancaster. In Lancaster, money was released, but the Kenyan government decided to give the poor Kenyans that land as a loan. Many of the people who are given this land have failed to pay. So those lands are supposed to be repossessed. And if repossession is taken by government, we are talking of a population of not less than 8 million Kenyans who are going to be homeless. When this was brought to the attention of Parliament, a task force was created, and that task force went and interviewed those Kenyans who said they cannot be able to pay. That task force report was tabled before the cabinet. The cabinet, sitting on 11th of November, agreed with the task force to waive all those loans, all those penalties for only 12 months, starting from 11th of November. Today we are standing here is 3 months. That cabinet memo is hidden. It has never been given to the media. It has never been given to the public. No step has been taken to implement that memo. Sheria Mtaani managed to get that classified document, which will change the totality of Kenyans in this country. I want to read the cabinet memo for the benefit of the country so that Kenyans will know that this is their cabinet that passed this resolution. Cabinet memo for the benefit of Kenyans and the media. At the meeting of 11th of November, the cabinet endorsed the waiver of interest and penalties on outstanding land settlement loans to ease the financial burden on low-income settlers and advance the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. The decision follows recommendations by the Land Settlement Fund Board of Trustees, which noted that many settlers have been unable to repay accrued interest due to economic hardships and challenges affecting agricultural productivity. The waiver will benefit thousands of settlers in 520 settlement schemes in 26 counties, covering an accumulated portfolio of Kenya shillings 12.3 billion. 12.3 billion. Beneficiaries will now be able to obtain title deeds, use them as collateral for investment, and regularize land accounts that have been in arrears for decades. The measure aligns with the government's ongoing efforts to resolve historical land injustices, enhance agricultural productivity, and unlock land-based economic value. That is what was passed by cabinet. It has been hidden from the Kenyans. We now have invoked Article 10 of the Constitution that whatever the government has must be made public, and we have called for measures. One, the implementation of this to be devolved to every sub-county land registry. Because if they want to implement this and insist that it be done at Ardhi House in Nairobi, these 8 million Kenyans will not be able to be served from Nairobi. Two, we are demanding that the government now, because already 3 months are over, extends the duration from the remaining 9 months to at least 2 years for this to be done. And lastly, sensitization in all vernacular radio and TV stations so that the public is aware this, all the chiefs, should public hold barazas to inform the public what the citizens have to benefit from. Failure